myself. Welcome back, everybody. Back to Crossover Sports Talk and Events. We are back to after a good minute now. We're back here again. Thank you all for joining and liking, subscribing to the channel and the show. I do have a very honored special guest today, which is my brother-in-law, Mr. Mozzamil Ali. Goes by Mo. I hope you guys, introduce. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to tell you guys about himself and everything, and about all what's going on in the world right now in the sports world within the World Cup that just happened, including the NBA playoffs, reviewing the NBA season, including reviewing the NFL, what's going on in the offseason, and also how, what happened throughout the 2025-26 season. We're going to go through a lot. We're going to chop it up and, just talk ball and go through everything and all the nuances. Zamil, you can introduce yourself, tell them about yourself and, your favorite teams and what you think what's going on.
Hey, everybody. My name is Mo. I'm an avid sports watcher. I primarily watch soccer with, some basketball and football here and there. Diehard Chelsea fan, diehard Kings fan, also Buffalo Bills fan. So those are kind of my teams. Loved watching the World Cup this year. And yeah, just admire of the sport and ready to talk some ball.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, no, you being a Chelsea fan, through Club League, especially the World Cup happens every 4 years, not very often. And it was really fun to see, especially, I think it being here in America, a lot of people realizing and the popularity of soccer throughout the global world. I think it is the number one global sport overall. It's fans everywhere. And I think a lot of U.S. people in today experienced that culture of the soccer world in the World Cup because of them hosting it along with Canada and Mexico. It was really nice to see. I thought it was really cool. And especially, you did also go to a couple games, another one, we did too as well with Jordan and Algeria. And then you went to the round 32.
Bosnia, yeah.
U.S. Yeah, man. Tell the people.
Such a crazy experience. I mean, obviously, I've been to a couple soccer games before, but I mean, the World Cup is just one of those once in a lifetime experiences. I mean, even games like Jordan and Algeria over in Levi Stadium or San Francisco Stadium, as I should say. But I mean, just being with the crowds, being with the different people from both countries. I mean, it's just the vibes over there, just really unmatched. But the USA Bosnia was, insane. I mean, that's probably the most patriotic I've ever felt, just sitting in there after the match when they're playing Country Roads, Take Me Home. I mean, it's such a surreal feeling, just walking around, seeing 70,000 people just singing in unison, getting behind the national team. I mean, it's pretty surreal. So I'm just fortunate I had the chance to go to those games.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too. I thought that experience, them winning, actually them having a shot this year, all the 70,000 people there being in the U.S., being in a game of that magnitude in the World Cup, and Levi's hosting it, seeing it is different, seeing all the fans all over the world come in and visit and see the team and, feeling the patriotism and all that. Yeah, I definitely know what you mean by that, but it was cool. I thought the experiences was cool at Jordan and Algeria, seeing all the fans come from their countries or from other countries or other cities around states around this world and them representing their country and their team and how passionate they were about it. I thought that was really cool to see too. Yeah. And being a part of it, I know us being there, we took some photos and all that. It was really cool. And, representing Brazil. But that was
we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that the United States was able to just get more exposure to the beautiful game. There's a lot of the people at that USA Bosnia game. I mean, they don't really watch soccer. I would talk to some of them, and they say, they've barely this is their first sporting event or first soccer event that they've went to. But I'm glad that a lot of people were able to open their eyes and see how amazing the game really is.
I know you grew up. I mean, I did grow up around it, playing soccer. We all did, especially being from our Fiji, and I know that our households from there and all that. But you growing up playing, and I did play it for when I was a kid for a little bit, but I didn't really get much too into it. But like this sport, but you're really good at it. You being a part of it, and with the Premier League, with Chelsea, and La Liga, and everything, with Barca, Madrid, and all them, are part of people in our family, getting into that as well, right? So it's and I think it's pretty cool to see all of that. Now I think I like it more. I did like it before, but I didn't like it as much as I liked, I would say, football and basketball. I was just born here, just used to it, right?
Yeah,
Just
100%.
Yeah, but I'm getting more into soccer now, way more into it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just waking up at 4:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, just to see your team lose to some newly promoted team. I mean, it builds a lot of character. It builds a lot of discipline to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I mean, celebrating those wins, those last minute goals that you'll see in the Premier League, that you'll see in the Champions League. I mean, some of my most memorable sporting moments is just seeing, Chelsea win the Champions League in 2011, 2012, when that header went in by Drogba. I mean, that's probably the craziest I've ever celebrated a goal or anything in my entire life. So just some of those moments you feel as a sports fan, as a soccer fan. I mean, it really is unparalleled.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see, Liverpool, soon as well. It's gonna be cool to see all of that, and then I know it's being preseason and all that, but it'll be pretty cool and all that. But it's really cool. I think with this World Cup, like, what do you think? How do you think overall, like, with FIFA? I know everything that went on and everything. What do you think of Brazil and how they fanned out? I know we were speaking about. I know they were a much older team with our team and all that. What do you think of them?
Overall, I think the best team won the World Cup. I think Spain, hands down, was the best team in the tournament. I mean, even though you say it in every sport, but defense wins you championships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And their defense, their midfield. I mean, their midfield is so extremely suffocating. It was just impossible for teams to play through them. The way they press, the way they build forward. I mean, you saw Argentina's midfield really couldn't even get the ball. Right? They had zero shots. Yeah. This was a team that was known for scoring late goals, crazy goals. So I think the best team did ultimately win the World Cup. So as a fan of the game, I'm happy because I mean, just from the first game to the last, it did feel like Spain did grow. Some of the earlier games, they didn't look like the traditional Spain, but I think each knockout game, they look better and better, and ultimately they were the better team.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Watching them throughout the tournament too. I know we're talking France, there's Argentina, there's Brazil. We got the Englands of the world and all of them. But like you said, top to bottom, and Spain hasn't lost since it's been 38 matches now since the Euro before the Euro Cup of 24. Right?
And I was even just looking into De La Fuente's resume. I mean, he used to be the coach, I believe it was for the Olympics, which is like U23. He was also like the U20 coach, the U19 coach. So if you look at the players, he's played with this group for so many years. So that's why, even though if you look at their team on paper, it's not overwhelming. You know what I mean? You don't look at their name and you say, oh, he's a star, he's a star, he's a star, every position, kind of like you do with France. But they have so much chemistry, so many years of building with each other. And it really does show you that it is a team sport. It's not, they were the best collective team. And it just shows what, having a sense of identity of how you want to play can really make a difference, especially in these like international tournaments where a lot of teams are playing with people that they've never played with before.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I definitely believe with all like the facts within the way they played together, as a team, with, Kukureya, right, or
Yeah,
Ball, Lamine Yamal, you got all these players, like you said, not all the stars, like you said, with France, with Dembele, Mbappe, Olise, Dune, Kune, and all of them, and Deschamps head coach, right? And I
yeah,
mean, now, in Zidane, being the head coach now, but everyone was thinking like, oh, they're gonna walk into them and then win. But it was cool. It was really cool, like how they played as a team effort and only allowing one goal this entire tournament, which is
yeah,
crazy, right? Who knew
yeah.
it was Belgium, right? And Belgium actually was the only team to do it, and then the only team that they didn't beat was Cap Verde, and
Yeah,
yeah, and shout out to them,
yeah.
goalie, and what they showed on
I love seeing teams like that every year. I remember a couple World Cups ago, it was Costa Rica,
Costa
and
Rica.
then I think it was Iceland not too long ago. So just seeing smaller nations just play with so much passion. I mean, we can get into Norway too. I mean, obviously
Yes,
we're Brazil fans, right? And I told you
yeah,
kind of going into the tournament to just
you
hamper
did
your
tell me.
expectations with Brazil just because it's an older squad. Ancelotti did my boys dirty. He left out João Pedro from the World Cup
Yep.
squad, which I
Yeah.
think was a terrible decision. He ended up taking Igor Thiago, played one match, played like what 70, 80 minutes in the first match against Morocco, got
Yeah.
subbed out, didn't get a single minute after that, and it's just like
Yeah. It
you could
wasn't
have
good.
had João Pedro, who's probably one of the best strikers in the Premier League. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
then Rodrigo not being there as well, right?
ACL. Yeah, he had his
Yeah,
ACL.
yeah,
Him
the
and
ACL.
Esteban
Yeah,
had their ACL injuries, but they would have been difference makers. But just, I mean, in general, you had Casemiro as your holding mid. I mean,
he's old.
teams would
Yeah,
just run right through him. I mean, their fullbacks were, I mean, not really good. Before you had, the Danny Alves's and the Marcelos. But
yep,
I mean, that's where Norway did expose them, right? Through the wings, putting in crosses. And then, I mean, Holland, I mean, just such
yeah,
a,
and monster. Yeah, that guy's a monster.
yeah,
With
such a beast.
Norway, and
I mean, credit to him. There were a lot of eyes on him, and
he's
he
the man of
delivered
the
this
World Cup.
tournament. Yeah, he delivered this tournament. I mean, probably the best out and out pure number 9 in world football. So all the
Yeah,
credit to him, man.
yeah. Shout out to him, Norway, and him bringing up his country. I know he's a Man City player. He's a star there, and I remember you using him in FIFA. The other
Yeah,
day. It was he's good, man. He's good. He's good. And then it's pretty crazy, man. What I would say with them and all these teams that showed up, seeing teams like Cape Verde, seeing Brazil's going to need some work in 2030. With Morocco, seeing Netherlands go out pretty early as well.
yeah. I mean, that was a surprising. It was unfortunate that they faced Morocco, and what a game that was. I mean, talk about a crazy game.
Very,
I
very
kind of
crazy.
didn't think that the Netherlands would go further. There's some other teams that I thought did well. I mean, obviously Switzerland, no Shaqiri, who's kind of carried them each tournament. So I'm surprised they were able to make it to the quarterfinals. But I mean, credit to them. There were some other great teams. What else? Paraguay, even though they played haram ball, I mean, they still knocked out Germany. Nobody would have thought that would have happened.
That was crazy.
That's crazy. Obviously, Cape Verde, right? Just the whole Vizina storyline. I mean, just what a tournament. I'm glad they were able to get some smaller teams,
Yeah,
able to
absolutely.
make some runs, able to make some noise. I mean, even just some of the like random smaller games were just such a joy to watch. So
Yeah, like Tunisia, we
overall,
would
very
see, or
enjoyable tournament to watch.
100%, 100%. Very, very enjoyable. I think I loved it. Seeing all the like teams like New Zealand, Tunisia. There was Japan too. Japan gave Brazil a
Japan played
scare.
really well.
Yeah, yeah, they played pretty good. They had two attackers missing apparently in that game, and
Yeah,
yeah, and they almost
the
knocked
guy
out
from
Brazil.
Sociedad, and
Yeah, Sociedad. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot the other
Kubo and
guy's name.
Matoma. I mean, they're crazy wingers too. So yeah,
Yeah,
credit to Japan. I mean, even against Brazil, they didn't make it easy.
they didn't make it easy at all, and then they
Little
had to give
mistake by
last
Tanaka at
minute.
the last minute, but I
Yeah.
mean, still credit to them.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. It was really cool seeing 48 teams. They're thinking of adding in 2030 But then they're thinking of adding 64 teams in 2030 in the Portugal, Spain, and what was it? The other country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Portugal,
Portugal,
Morocco.
in Morocco and Spain and Portugal in that World Cup. So they were thinking of expanding them more.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I mean, there's still a lot of teams that missed out, right? You didn't have Italy, you didn't have Denmark.
Yep, Denmark wasn't there. Italy wasn't there.
We didn't have Nigeria, Cameroon.
Nigeria.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that did miss out on the World Cup. So I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, at the end of the day, the best team is gonna rise. I mean, smaller teams may make a push. So, I mean, personally, I'm here for it. I'm here to see all the smaller nations represent, because you never know, who turns up in the World Cup. When you wear the badge of your country, you play at a different level, and you could see that with Argentina. I think where I will give Argentina credit is, I mean, no team has played with more passion for their country, I would say. I mean, whether you like them or not, when they put their badge on for their country, I mean, they will play the full 90 minutes, the full extra time, and give it their all. So that's where I'll give them their credit.
Yeah, 100%. They show it. They really show it. Their fans, even after they lost, you could see it too, right?
Yeah.
With Messi and everyone there, like they show that passion. They show that the crazy fandom and everything towards their team, even after they won, and all these crazy last minute stuff that they did in this World Cup.
Yeah.
I know, with everything, and especially regarding the controversy that goes on with them, they do have some very talented players, especially like, your guy Enzo with Chelsea, right? And everyone and all.
I mean, like I compared it to the Chiefs, right? It's like
the
Chiefs. I mean, all their players know as long as Mahomes is a quarterback, there's always a chance.
Messi's the Mahomes, yeah.
And that's just kind of how it felt watching Argentina. It's like all their players know as long as they have Messi on the field, there's always a chance to win the game.
Yeah, you just knew that they were gonna find a way to at the end of the day that they were gonna win. It was like watching, what's his name too, Brady and the Patriots too.
Yeah.
And then basically like that, and then teams that teams that just know how to close, teams that you just know that are going to end up breaking the other team's heart in the end of the day. Yeah. So they break the lower team's heart in the end of the day. So that's what happens. But it was good. It was good overall. I thought it was a success. I do want to mention a few things before we get to our next segment with some sponsors here. With Trailer Pros, expert trailer repair and custom metal fabrication, reliable mobile built to last. You can also reach out to the guy right in front of me, right over here, with, as part of, CEO with his father, for my father-in-law at 916-812-2513. Emails right below, trailerpros@gmail.com. Reach out to them if you guys have any trailer needs. Yeah. He's right here. You can call him right here. And then also I do have for sale, which is AJ Chund and AJ and Michelle Chund with Real Estate and Loans. You can reach out to them at 916-549-2425. Their license numbers beneath, along with their emails. And then also mentioning with GFI, with Global Financial Impact, with Giancarlo and Zena. They're licensed financial professionals. They help a lot of families build wealth and eliminate debt and protect their future. And they can help you guys if you guys have any needs. So moving forward now, we'll go to our next segment. I know we mentioned we were talking about, we were going to do with the best tournament. Best team with the tournament. So, we can get into that. And then
I made a couple teams for the tournament. So the first team, I'll announce my team of the tournament, who, in my opinion, I know FIFA released their own team of the tournament, but this is what I would say is my team of the tournament. So at goalkeeper, for me, there was two options. One of the options was Vizinha. Obviously, crazy story, 40 years old, what he was able to do. But I went with Kobel from Switzerland. I thought he had an outstanding tournament. Won a penalty shootout. I mean, was able to help his team get to.
He was solid.
Yeah, I mean, he was solid for Switzerland. I mean, he's a really good goalkeeper, great goalie for Dortmund.
I don't even know he held up against Argentina all the way through 113 minutes before that second goal came in. You are definitely right about that. He is a dark horse for that.
Yeah. So, Kobel, I have goalkeeper. My defense kind of sorts itself. So, at left back, of course, I have Cucurella.
There's the guy in the hour.
I mean, it's nice to see him get the amount of love he is getting right now. I mean, he's one of those players that like you love when they're on your team, but when you're going against them, you hate them. And he's
like a Draymond Green.
Yeah, kind of like a Draymond Green, right? When they're on your team, you love them to that, and that's Cucurella for me. I mean,
or
for
Dylan
Chelsea.
Brooks. Yeah.
What a
He's
player he
solid,
was
man.
for Spain. I mean,
And the
he
hair,
walked
man.
on their left side. I mean, he was great going forward. Really overall solid tournament. I mean, and that's Cucurella at his best. So left back sorts itself. Center back, I have probably, in my opinion, the best defender in the tournament is Cubarsí from Barcelona in Spain. Outstanding tournament. I mean, young kid, 19 years old. Probably if I'm being honest, he's probably one of my favorite players on Barcelona. He reads the game so well. And you kind of see what happens when, I mean, Barcelona's used to playing a high line, right? And when you play a high line, you easily get exposed. But now it kind of shows when you step back, go to a mid or low block, how well his talent was clearly showed. And next to him, I have there was a couple options I could have gone. I could have gone for either of the Argentina boys. I thought Martinez had a solid tournament. I thought Romero had a solid tournament. And I also thought Upamecano had a really good tournament for France. But I ended up going with Laporte. I mean, at 32 years old, so he was flawless at center back for Spain. And part of the reason why they only conceded one goal. And then at right back, I have Pedro Porro. I mean, even though he had a very disappointing season with Tottenham, but I mean, he didn't put a foot wrong for Spain. So credit to him. Great right back for the tournament. CDM also kind of sorts itself. Rodri, that's who I would have at. I mean, I don't think there's any debate, right? He won the Golden Ball for the tournament. I mean, just class. I mean, I know after he tore his ACL, there were some talks of him being washed and whatnot. Didn't have the best year with Man City, but I mean, man, flawless. Both my center mids, because I'm doing a 4-3-3. I have Jude and Michael.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham. Shut up a lot of haters. I mean, a lot of people were saying Jude's overrated, this and that, but I mean, I thought he was outstanding for England. Scored some really, really clutch goals for them. And then Elise, he was just, when he's in that flow state, he's kind of unstoppable. And I saw that at Crystal Palace. I mean, Chelsea were very close to signing him. Some stuff happened with Crystal Palace, and he ended up going to Bayern Munich. But Michael Elise, he's just a baller. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to explain it, but when you see him, like he's just a straight baller.
His assisting and the way he gets people in position. I know you're playing with two amazing goal scorers, and Mbappe and Dembele too. They're comparing them to like the 2017 Warriors, right? With the talent they had, with Elise just manufacturing, getting everybody in position, and those give and goes that they were doing. You're absolutely right about that. He is he's solid. He's young too. He's still really young.
Yeah.
So which is good, which is amazing. But watching him play was like watching art too.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Florentino Perez, I go and get Olise for Real Madrid. I mean, I feel like that's the signing you need to kind of change everything. Kind of not unlock Mbappe, because Mbappe is going to get his goals, but I mean,
that's true.
Like he's going to flourish with Olise behind him. So that's the signing that Real Madrid need to make. They need to go and get Elise. But besides that, right wing, I have Messi. Self-explanatory, great tournament, even at 37, 38 years old. I mean, just outstanding tournament for Messi. There's not much else to say. Striker, Haaland, again, super self-explanatory. Amazing.
I agree.
Best striker in world football. And then at left wing, I have Mbappe. I mean, again, probably the greatest World Cup player we've ever seen. And I love R9.
I agree.
R9, but I mean Mbappe, when he plays for France, he's just
R9 in the haircut, bro. Him, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho, bro. They were amazing. That was the trio. Yes, they're still the best trio.
Yeah.
Obviously, because they've the winning amount of winning they've done, winning World Cup and all that. But France could have debated that, could have put that to bed soon. But I mean, you're not wrong about Mbappe being the best World Cup player ever. Pele's there. Pele is up there. But I mean, like eras were different, times were different with more teams and players. Talent-wise, now I'm with you on that.
So that's my team of the tournament. I feel like there's not too much to debate in that. Underrated team of the tournament. That's the next team that I made.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
So again, I could have put Vozinha in here, but I ended up going with Gil from Paraguay. I thought he was outstanding. I mean, he's a tall lad, and I thought he was really good for Paraguay.
He was good. He was good too.
For left back, I have Sidney Lopez from Cape Verde.
Verde.
What a tournament he's had. I mean, even that goal against Argentina.
That was I think that was up for debate. There was going to be a bicycle kick that was missed, but it was almost scored. But that goal on that curve on that ball, oh my God.
Unreal.
I thought he was keen to it, but that was an amazing goal. I don't know how you stop that. Even if you're the goalie, you can't.
I mean, I hope he gets to move to, some higher team up.
He probably is.
He deserves it. I mean, besides the goal, I mean, he had an outstanding tournament. At center back, I have Mbokaze from South Africa. And then I have Vasquez from Mexico.
No, he was solid too.
They both had really good tournaments. I mean, you could see them kind of hold the defense for their respective teams. Also, this underrated team it might be players you've heard of. It might be players you've kind of heard of. But I mean, these are players that really weren't on my radar until I watched them on screen. So that's just kind of the list that I'm making. And then at right back, I have Ryerson from Norway. He's the kind of like Eminem looking dude.
Yeah,
that was at right back.
That guy was a pest everywhere.
I think the commentator said that like his teammates call him maniac or something. I mean, and he's like that. He's just kind of everywhere.
He's everywhere. Yeah, he was everywhere.
What a player! You know what I mean? Again, he's probably one of those players that you'd love if he was on your team, but probably hate going against. At CDM, probably one of the breakout stars from this tournament in terms of young players, Bouadi from Morocco. I know he's already at Lille, so he's already at a relatively big team. But I mean, that game against Brazil, we won't forget it. You know what I mean? He bossed that midfield again. Bruno G, Casemiro, etc. So Bouadi, I thought was amazing. Honorable mention, I have Berg from Norway. I thought he was also the engine of that team. So he's my honorable mention. At center mid, I had Malik Tillman. I mean, those free kicks, I was able to see.
USA.
I mean, unreal.
You saw that live, yeah.
I thought he was amazing for USA. I mean, all the talk is around Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams and Pulisic.
Yeah, Pulisic, yeah.
Malik Tillman, to me, was the standout player in that midfield for the USA team. I mean, he has so much technical ability, so I'm glad that the US has, a solid midfield to kind of build on for the next tournament. At attacking mid, I have Mozzamil from Switzerland. He just got a move to Aston Villa in the Premier League, and I thought he was amazing from the few Switzerland games that I've seen. Which I mean, he ended up going for I think 30-40 million to Aston Villa.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Honorable mention to Enciso from Paraguay. I thought he was also amazing for the Paraguay team.
That guy was good.
He was kind of their only offensive threat the entire tournament. It was just kind of park the bus and give it to Enciso. And I mean, he'd still do it. He still hold up the ball, take players on, scored a goal, had an assist or two. So I thought, I mean, he was amazing for Paraguay. I mean, talk about putting your country on your back. So credit to Enciso. Left wing, I have Quiñones from Mexico.
Oh man, bro!
What a player, man!
That
he
was solid.
Ecuador.
Yeah, that's up for debate probably for a goal of the tournament too. That was a beautiful shot.
What a baller!
That was a baller. That looked good. They gave a lot of Quiñones, man. That guy was him and Roma, all of them from Mexico, man. That they were going crazy. Yeah.
So I have Quiñones as my underrated player from. I know he's older now, playing in the I think Saudi or UAE league, but I mean he's a baller. At striker, there's so many options I could have gone with. I could have gone with Wissa from DR Congo. He scored a couple great goals. I thought Brian Brobby from Netherlands was amazing. I thought he was amazing in the group stages for Netherlands. It's a shame they didn't go further because I thought he was a handful against every defenders he went against. De Catalere from Belgium, I mean, scored some really important goals, kind of shredded the American.
He destroyed US. He literally destroyed the hell out of the US.
I remember he destroyed Chelsea when we played Atalanta in the Champions League too. Oh my God. Denny Undav was a great impact sub for Germany. It's a shame they didn't go further, but I thought he was pretty good. But ultimately, I went with Oyarzabal from Spain.
I love that guy.
He's kind of that
Honestly,
journeyman
yeah.
striker. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's not too flashy. But I mean,
I just like the way he plays. I was gonna tell you about him too. I was like gonna talk about. He had a great tournament. He had a great game against Austria too, in that one of the 2 goals he made. But the way he moves, the way he plays, especially with around his old teams and all that, and he's a team player, unselfish player. He's solid, and then he gets in the right place at the right time too.
He kind of reminds me of another Spanish striker, Iago Aspas. He kind of has a similar play style to Aspas, in my opinion. Just kind of elite finishing, links up the team well. He's not going to be that star striker. I don't see a team going out and paying 60, 70, 80 million and saying, hey, be my star striker. But I mean, he's the definition of sometimes your striker is a role player, and I thought he played that role well. So credit to him. And then at right wing, he's not too underrated, but from what I expected, I think he excelled my expectations, is Ismaila Sarr from Senegal. I thought he was amazing for Senegal.
Poor Senegal, yeah.
And I know you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but Ismaila Sarr has scored some crazy goals against Liverpool.
He's made some wild ones.
So well for Crystal Palace. But yeah, I thought he was amazing for Senegal. I mean, he really kind of carried that offense. I thought Nico Jackson was kind of disappointing. Mane didn't do too much, but whenever they needed a goal, it was Ismaila Sarr who came up. So he goes on to my underrated team. So yeah, that rounds out my underrated team. Now, lastly, this is the one I'm trying to create some controversy, but I have my overrated / flop team of the tournament. So these are going to be some players that are either mediocre and I think they shit the bed, or I think these are players that are like well known that just didn't live up to the expectations. So with goalkeeper, I'm going with Zidane from Algeria.
We saw him live.
Stinks. This brother stinks.
Oh, you guys heard it live. He stinks.
Nepo baby. Oh my god. And for someone whose dad is like regarded as
a legend,
I'm great in the sport.
Yeah.
His brother doesn't have hands. What's the Stephen A. Smith? Like his hands are too small.
Oh, small hands, small feet. You can't turn around. Didn't have the option in high school. He turns around. This man was a bona fide scrub. That's what he said. He can't play. I'm sorry to tell everybody. The man cannot play the game of basketball. Okay, go ahead.
That's Zidane's son on Algeria. Yeah. I don't know how he's a professional goalie.
We saw him live. And then the goals he had, he could have stopped those goals too. And I was looking at it too. If we looked at those replays, we had the big screen to watch it. Yeah. And I was like, how did he not stop that? But it was horrific. The US goalie was terrible too, right? Let's not get started on, Freeze, right? But expecting from Zidane's son, you would expect him, maybe they're not always good, but at least be something, towards something like that. He was kind of flopped.
Yeah.
But then talk about the other goalie was Aboulela, as we see Faiza say here, right?
Yeah. So at left back, I have Digne from France. This guy just got a move to PSG. And to me, he was that weak link of the France defense. Spain ultimately ended up scoring because of his mistake.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was good during the tournament. I don't know what kind of form Theo Hernandez is in, but I felt like he should have gotten a start over him. Or you have Malo Gusto play left back, but I thought Digne I didn't think he had a good tournament, in my opinion, and somehow he ended up in PSG. So what do I know?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
On a good team.
Center back, I have Gabriel from Brazil and Arsenal.
Yeah. He was horrible.
For someone who's regarded as probably one of the best defenders in world football, he got exposed on the brightest of lights.
It was sad to see that too.
Dunked on the man. And I was kind of like, I was a little hopeful because I was like, okay, if there's anyone who knows how to play against Holland, it's Gabriel. They played against each other so many times. And Holland just dogged on him. To me, that's unacceptable. To me, you can't have that performance and be considered one of the best center backs currently. So I thought Gabriel had a bad tournament, and also another Arsenal player at center back. I'm going with Hincapie. I thought Hincapie had a terrible tournament for Ecuador. I mean, Ecuador itself probably didn't live up to the expectations that I had, at least. I thought they would go a little bit further, but I thought Hincapie was poor for Ecuador. He looked shaky on defensively. I mean, I'll still never forget that first game. Diomande teared him to shreds. Like, Diomande was chopping him up left and right. So I thought Hincapie had a very poor tournament. A right back, even though he's not a right back, but I felt like I had to include him. I mean, it's kind of harsh, but I have Kusanov from Uzbekistan. I thought he had a really, really, really poor tournament, and I understand, like, it's Uzbekistan, you don't really expect him to do well, especially against some of these other countries. But overall, I just felt like he was poor. Like, I felt like, someone who's regarded as one of the greatest young center backs, he plays for Man City. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of expectations, but I thought
absolutely.
CDM, I have Vitinha from Portugal. Again, someone who's probably regarded after PSG won the Champions League. He's probably regarded one of the best at center, holding mids in world football. Thought he had a very poor tournament. I thought he wasn't able really to get that Portugal team. I mean, I thought he'd be kind of the engine of the team, but I just thought he was poor. And then I have an honorable mention for the CDM position. I have that sit hole dude from South Africa. My brother, that guy sucks. Like, I didn't know of him. Obviously, he plays in the South African League, but I feel like when you're playing in the World Cup, you have to have some sort of professional standard. I look at that brother and I think, how are you a professional footballer? Like, that man probably had that opening match versus Mexico was probably one of the worst matches I've ever seen an individual have at the World Cup. That brother sucks. So
take him out. Take him out. Take him out.
At center mid, I have Valverde from Uruguay. I thought, again,
Madrid, man.
Yeah, he was supposed to be kind of the heartbeat of the Uruguay team, who just as a whole had a very disappointing tournament. So yeah, there was a lot of expectations on Valverde kind of carrying that Uruguay team. So he goes into my overrated / flop team of the tournament. At attacking mid, I have Bruno Fernandes from Portugal and Man United. For someone who tied the Premier League assist record, I thought he'd at least make some sort of noise for Portugal in the World Cup, but he again kind of had a very disappointing tournament. I think at Man United, the whole team the whole offense kind of flows through him. And at Portugal, he was kind of overlooked. But even then, he never really kind of got himself into these games to dictate it. So overall, thought he was poor. Honorable mention, I have Scott McTominay from Scotland. Again, someone who's kind of been tearing it up in Serie A. I thought he also had a very poor tournament.
Oh, Brazil exposed him a lot too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Left wing, there were so many options I could have gone with. One of the options was Pulisic. I think he was injured, but what we expected of Captain America.
Yeah.
He only had one assist the entire tournament.
He was really disappointing to see.
Very underwhelming.
Landon Donovan talked about it too. Tim Howard and Dempsey and all of them. They were saying how disappointing it was. And then what was her name too? From the women's team, Carly Lloyd, right? She mentioned it. She's a women's legend for US. She's won World Cups. So it was like, you rest when you retire, right? We expect you to be a great, especially what you did off of 22, and then seeing that was, I know he's hurt and everything. Everyone's hurt, but I was like, you rested. You left one of the cups. You didn't play in that because you wanted to rest for the World Cup, and then ended up this happening. So it was kind of a disappointment. So I hope he bounces back in 30 or
Next one, I have Heung-min Son from. I mean, overall, the South Korean team had a very disappointing tournament, but I mean, Heung-min Son is kind of the greatest Korean player of all time, and I just feel like I feel like there was a few chances where he just completely blatantly missed, and I'm like, this isn't the Sonny of old. So I mean, he does look a little bit washed from what I was able to see. So I thought he had a very poor tournament. Kenan Yildiz from Turkey is also one of my honorable mentions. I mean, this is a player that I rate super highly.
What do you think of Guler too? Yeah, him. You the player rated. Yeah,
he kind of had the man of the match performance against USA, which kind of saved him. Otherwise, he would have been on this list. But Kenan Yildiz, didn't really do much for this Turkey team that had a lot of expectation.
They did.
Someone who has like an $80 million, $100 million price tag at Juventus on him, and he really didn't perform at all. So he's on my honorable mentions. But who I have at left wing is Antoine Semenyo from Ghana. I mean, someone who tore it up in the Premier League this past season, got a move to Man City, and didn't do anything for his country. Disappointing. Very disappointing to say the least. I mean, they had freaking Jordan Ayew, 40-year-old Jordan Ayew as your striker, doing more than him, and that's saying a lot. So, Antoine Semenyo at left wing. Striker, I have Omar Marmoush from Egypt. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
What a terrible tournament from Omar Marmoush. I mean, he ended up getting benched on the last game. This is someone who a year ago
Argentina.
came from Frankfurt to Man City for what, $80 million?
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting benched for Egypt? Like, brother, how bad do you have to be? Like, I mean, I thought he was good in the Bundesliga. You know, probably didn't find his footing in Man City, but terrible tournament for
terrible World Cup.
At right wing, there were some options. So one of my options was Sané from Germany. I don't know why he started. I don't know why he made the team. Get him out of here. That guy sucks. I mean, he's not the prime Sané at Man City anymore or Bayern Munich. I mean, he looked dreadful for Germany.
Yeah, Germany's going to look pretty different in 32 with and in Euro Cup too with Klopp, you know, and you know, seeing what they're going to do with their squad, especially having that exit to Paraguay in the round of 32. I didn't expect them to lose that, but you're right. They're going to have a lot of changes over there.
Also on my overrated team, I have Rafinha. I know he got injured.
I'm with you on him too.
But I felt like there were, even the games that he did play, he didn't really show too much. So
even against Haiti.
Even against Haiti, he was in my honorable mention. But who I have as overrated at right wing is Lamine Yamal.
Oh, damn. You guys heard it.
This is my hottest take.
I mean, he only had one goal, right? All tournament?
I know they won the World Cup. I know, you know, obviously he's the poster child for Spain. But I thought overall he had a poor tournament. I really do. He had I think one goal, no assist. He didn't have
one got called back against France, but you're right. Yeah.
I thought overall he had a very poor tournament. I mean, I wouldn't even say he was probably one of the most important 8 players for that Spanish team.
I expected him. I expected a lot. I agree. I'm actually very much with you on that. He played a lot. He played a lot of minutes, but I did expect a lot more from him.
Going into the tournament, I know he is young, but I mean, going into the tournament, he was regarded as probably one of the 5 best players in world football. And in a tournament where all the big names shined, Mbappe shined, Messi shined, Haaland shined, Vinny shined. I feel like he never really had that moment in this World Cup, to shine. And for a team that made it all the way to the finals, I feel like he really didn't do much. I mean, his goal was against Saudi Arabia, so it's like
it was the first goal of that. It was like the 10th minute against Saudi of that game. It was in Atlanta. Yeah, I remember that game.
So I have him as my right wing, as on my overrated team of the tournament.
I can't fault you. I can't disagree with you on that because I was like, wait, but man, everyone keeps talking about him, and I watched him play before in Barca and everything. But I mean, that whole Spain, the team, and the coaching is what's great, and the defensive.
Not me discrediting Lamine Yamal as a player.
He's a great player.
I mean, phenomenal player, still one of the best players in the world. I just think his performances were overrated.
Yes, we've talked about Cape Verde, and then but yeah, I'm with you on that. He's one of the top footballers and everybody and all of them. But it was just the World Cup was kind of different. Let's see, probably the next one being in both of his hometown, being Moroccan and from Spain in 30, being 23 by that time, a little bit more experience, and then he's probably gonna have a better cup, probably.
Yeah. I mean, they still have the Euros in 2 years to plan for it before.
Yeah, and he's gonna play in 28. Yeah, in the Euro Cup in the UK. So that's gonna be cool to see too. So and I know I forgot to mention everyone. He brother-in-law went to the Euro Cup in 24 as well. You got to see Netherlands and Van Dijk and all of them. So that was quite experience for him and my sister-in-law as well. Yeah, that must have been cool too. Anyways, guys. we will get to the next sport here real quick. We'll just kind of wrap up with. I know World Cup has taken a lot by
Yeah, do
storm
you want
this
to
whole
just
summer.
briefly talk about the Premier
Yeah,
League?
we'll talk. Yeah, we could briefly talk about the Premier League, and then we'll get to the NBA and NFL, and then just quickly talk about those off seasons. It's good. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, talk about the Premier League. It's coming up soon. There's preseason coming up. Liverpool's playing Leeds next week, and Chelsea's coming up. With some teams coming
pretty
up.
excited time to be a Chelsea fan right now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. End of the season was dark. It was very dark. I mean,
you have every right to be excited right now.
Senior era, just loss after loss after loss. Talking about aging players. Oh my god, that's probably some of my darkest times as a Chelsea fan. End of the season comes like I hate this team. Then they hire Xabi Alonso. They signed some players. They signed Palestra. They signed Morgan Rogers. And now it's feeling good. I mean, Cole Palmer had a whole season to rest. João Pedro had a whole season to rest, or a whole summer to rest. Estevao had a whole summer to rest. I mean, it's looking pretty good. And Garnacho just got signed to Aston Villa. Oh my god. I mean, you ever have those players on your team that when they get the ball, you're just like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
I talk about Garnacho, so I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad I don't have to watch him. I mean, all the credit, best of luck to him wherever he goes, to Villa and whatnot. So I'm just glad I don't have to watch him in a Chelsea jersey anymore.
Yeah, man, yeah, dude. The players they got, I was looking, I was checking, and seeing all that. Man, you guys are going to be really good. I feel like they're going to be good. I'm happy, with Liverpool too. With Slot, he's not there no more. And then Salah, his exit possibly and all that, and then Van Dijk, leaving too, and Gakpo and all of them, McAllister, Isaac and all of them being there. So it's going to be interesting seeing, Liverpool too this year as well.
I do think Liverpool messed up. I think they should have gone for Xabi Alonso before we got him. To me, it would have made a lot more sense. Ex-player, you already have Florian Wirtz, who we played with at Leverkusen. You already have Frimpong, who we played with at Leverkusen. Again, previous Liverpool player. It would have made a lot of sense for you guys to try to get Xabi Alonso, and I'm glad you guys didn't.
I know you're happy. I saw that signing when you posted about him.
If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be thinking, why the heck did we let Chelsea get him?
That is true. I remember it was. I really don't know why they didn't go after him and they just let your rivals go out and take him like that. That's just like saying when you're in the NFL and then you're going after players, between Rams and Niners, and then you're trying to get a Garrett, you're trying to get a player like this caliber, like a McCaffrey, and you're bad. That if you don't get him, your rival's gonna go get him.
Yeah.
Right? You just know, or the Chiefs are going to do something. So it's just, it feels like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun upcoming season. It should be cool.
I'm excited.
Actually, I'm excited to see it, even though it's like a preseason. I've never seen a Premier League game like that live, or even I know you have seen it, but I haven't seen it. So it's preseason, but I'll be love to go see it.
Yeah, you definitely got to find a way to make yourself to Anfield, man. I mean,
I want to get to Anfield. Yeah, I want to go. My dad. What Pfizer.
It's unreal.
So I definitely, I know you've been. So I definitely, that's a goal of a goal to go to get to Anfield. So I'm definitely gonna get there. but yeah. Anyways, any more else you want to do with the Premier League? Do you want to get forward to?
That pretty much covers it. I mean, hope it's a good, entertaining season. As long as Arsenal doesn't win again, I mean.
Oh yeah, I know. They were the champs. They almost won the Champions League, but shout out to PSG and penalty kicks took them out. And then, that was crazy. That was really crazy. And speaking of, we're gonna get to the NBA right before I get a couple of these sponsors out of the way. Ibnez Ibowahid is another realtor, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. He serves the Bay Area and the greater Sacramento. You can reach him out with this phone number right there. And then also with Mohammed Shiraan, LawPro Legal Services. He does evictions, disputes, 3 days and 30-day notices, residential, commercial, mobile. Phone numbers right there. And also including with Blaise, he's another realtor. Good friend of mine in the Bay Area, Berkshire Hathaway. He's another affiliate, helping with residential across the Bay, helping clients buy, sell, and invest with confidence, care, and local expertise. And also with Rallysport Engineering, it's Subaru repair specialist, free estimates. They're on in Costa Mesa, California. You can call them at 949-548-0978. They also have a car wash and also their Subi Auto and garage sales as well that they do. So, and then moving forward, guys, we're going to get to the NBA. We're going to talk about what's going on in the offseason, including the Knicks ending their drought, about their 50-something year drought since winning an NBA championship. We saw everyone, I know everyone all over the world seeing how New York was going crazy and how their fans are. When you compare to Argentina or whatever, it would be a little bit similar. But shout out to them and Jalen Brunson. No one was really expecting it, but I did think this was a chance for them to get to the finals, especially with some of the injuries in the East. But what do you think of them moving forward? What do you think of them becoming champions after this while, and especially knowing a lot of Knicks fans? I mean, how New York is and how the Kings and their offseason moving forward. What do you think of all this?
I think they'll be competitive for the years to come. They've overall built a really good team. I mean, really strong core between Josh Hart, Bridges, OG, Cat, and Brunson. Where it's like even if they lose one of those pieces, they can still kind of find someone else to fill that role in. And I think each person knows their role very well. I don't think that they'll two-peat. Like, I don't think they'll win again next season, but I think just kind of based off my guess, I think they'll be competitive. I think they'll probably make the conference finals.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll make the finals again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because like Miami got better with Giannis too. We're gonna see how they with Bam. We're gonna see. They traded Harrow. Philadelphia for sure with Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Edgecombe, and all. Yeah, possibly LeBron. And LeBron does not have to be the number one option there. He does not have to even be number two, possibly, even though he's too big of a player of that magnitude to not even be a number two option, especially at the age he's playing. He's still playing elite basketball at his age, and it's crazy, So he might be ending up there. We don't know if he's going to go to the Cavs. Cavs were the team. If he goes to the Cavs, he can uplift the Cavs too. He goes to the Warriors. I don't know. Warriors are in a tough Western Conference with the Spurs and the Thunder, and then there's still the Lakers. I mean, there's still some the Rockets. I don't know about these other teams, but the Warriors.
If I'm LeBron, I go to the East.
Yeah, he's probably, and I think now he's probably thinking that. But if he's thinking business, he's thinking marketing, he's thinking sale and tickets and viewership. It's him playing with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, and underneath Steve Kerr, like the Olympics, the U.S.
The West for the next probably like 6 years is going to be either OKC or the Spurs.
Or the Spurs. Yeah, I definitely see it.
I don't see anyone else making it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. They're too young, and they do have some experienced players now. And OKC, just even though they traded like guys like Aaron Wiggins, Luke Dort, and all that as of recent, they're still going to be. They can get assets. They can get under the star this day. I thought they were going to go after probably Giannis after losing in the West, but they didn't have J-Dubs or someone else was missing too, right? Aaron Wiggins, was it Aaron Wiggins or someone else? They had someone missing that was important. Not McCain. McCain was playing, but they missed Jalen Williams, a healthy Jalen Williams, J-Dubs, and someone else was missing. But otherwise, I think OKC would have won that Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
and you saw what happened in the finals. It was Wemby's first, thing to his finals experience, like how Shaq experienced it against Hakeem Olajuwon in the finals. So shout out to them. I mean, I don't know about the Warriors moving forward. I do think they have a good team, but it's Uncle Nation over there. It
is Uncle Nation. They kind of got pretty much until Steph's there.
Yeah, they're going to be competitive with Steph and Jimmy Butler and Draymond and Porzingis and Moody and all of them. They'll be good. But
Butler staying?
It's playing or 8 or 7. What happened?
Is Butler staying?
Butler has one more year. But and Draymond declined his option, signed again. I think this was to make cap room for a potential getting LeBron. But I don't know if LeBron comes. I don't know what they're going to do with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do. And LeBron leaving, not going back to the Lakers now. You saw how many players they did sign. So the Lakers are going to look different. Now Luka's the man. Obviously, he was the man with LeBron. They wanted to make him, but they wanted to see if Luka and LeBron could have won a championship. But he's the man there now, AD being gone as well. So let's see what happens with the Lakers too going there. What do you think of the Kings? What do you think about the Sacramento Kings?
I think Vivek needs to sell the team. First
I agree with
I think he is a terrible owner.
He can't run basketball.
He saved the Kings from moving to Seattle, so I'll give him that. But I mean, there's only so much credit you can get with the fan base. You know what I mean? Like, you do one thing that only gives you so much credit. So I think he needs to sell the team. But overall, I'm excited to just kind of see a young Kings team.
Like who they drafted.
Gone. I think Sabonis is gone too. Levine, I don't think they're going to be able to move. It's such a big contract, and I don't think the Kings want to give up draft capital to move him, which again was a very bad trade by Monty McNair. I mean, that guy kind of screwed over the team before he left. So unfortunately we're stuck with Zach LaVine, but I'm just excited to see Acuff Ball, Maxime Renault, probably one of my favorite young big guys right now. So I'm excited to just kind of see the Kings who ball. Probably won't win too many games, but as long as they kind of stay competitive and have a building block,
they do.
They're building a young core. I think at least it's one step in the right direction.
Sell the team. Oh my god. Yeah. I definitely do like who they drafted. Especially with the summer league, and then especially the guy the Warriors drafted EXL too, and they won the summer league.
He was the MVP, right?
He was the MVP of the tournament too, and then that's something possibly to build on. He said he couldn't wait to play with Steph, so there's some flashes there. I know you played against a summer league competition and all that, but you got to play in the pros. How you do against real grown men. So
that's good.
We're professional, so let's see how he does. But I mean, it'll be interesting with the NBA and see what's going to go on with all these trades and events. People getting moved left and right. It's going to be cool. We'll go to the NFL now before we wrap things up and everything. I know the team that won, it's my division rival, Seattle Seahawks, in my team stadium, apparently. So this is something we're going to have to live with forever in Super Bowl 60, which we did not want to happen, But, I mean, they're young. They're still talented. They're very good. The Rams are still very good in the division, especially at trading for Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, and adding Jalen Watson. Matthew Stafford's possibly his last year. Who knows? They're Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Kyren Williams, and their 3 tight end sets still there. So it's going to be really hard for us. I know, Seattle. It's going to be really competitive. We're going to possibly be a wild card team. We're going to make the playoffs because of the talented on the team. Brock Purdy, Shanahan, getting Fred Warner, Bosa, and everyone else back. Ricky Pearsall and all them. Mike Evans, adding him. McCaffrey, Kittle too. Kittle's looking good. He's on his way back. So we'll see, man. We'll see what goes on with them and the Niners. But, Seattle, you guys were good. You guys are elite. You guys are going to be there, and we need a Super Bowl. Otherwise, I don't know how long Shanahan is going to have, but he's been successful. He's been doing a lot with less that he's had with all these injuries. I credit him. I see the stress on him as a head coach. He's got the grays and the white hair now, but we'll see what happens. He's a great head coach, but I mean, those late games and those big game moments, it just gets too difficult for him, I guess. He's not like his dad, how his dad won 2 Super Bowls with John Elway and the Broncos, how he finished. But he's a good guy. He's a good coach. But what do you think of your Bills, man? What do you think of the Bills? I like that. I do. They can come out of the AFC, man. They have the squad. They're up there.
Super Bowl, man. I mean, like, I hate seeing them waste Josh Allen's prime years.
They had a good
putting like mediocre players around him. I mean, I'm like to the point where I don't want to get hopeful because I feel like it's an ongoing thing where I'm like hopeful going into the NFL season. Oh, my Bills are going to make the Super Bowl. My Bills are going to make the Super Bowl. Some stupid defensive play happens. They end up getting bounced out in the playoffs. And then it feels like an ongoing cycle that I don't want to keep getting my hopes up. But I mean, obviously I am hopeful. They obviously have a chance of making the Super Bowl, but it's just, will they? I don't know.
The thing is, like, they do. the thing is they do have a chance. And like I thought they were going to possibly even have a chance. I know Denver was a really talented roster and everything. And then what's his name got hurt in that game, Bo Nix. I thought this was, and then I really think Buffalo would have been New England in the AFC Championship. You wouldn't have played in that snowy game, right? But I think I had Denver winning if Bo Nix played. But I mean, for surely Buffalo would have won. They would have been in the Super Bowl. And I think you guys, with Allen's capability, they just needed a quarterback with experience to win that game, and especially a better O-line than with the Patriots. You guys could have beat Seattle.
Yeah,
for surely beat Seattle. Darnold's no world beater. All he needed was just to make some plays from Josh Allen in that game, because that game was what 12-0 going into the fourth quarter, and then for sure the sea chickens. For sure. But like you said, Mahomes is now back. We'll see how the Chiefs are. The AFC is tough. It is tough. The NFC is even getting tougher now, but
it is.
They have a shot. They have a shot for sure. They do.
So we'll see how it happens. I mean, I really don't know. I hate getting myself hopeful for, the Bills. Something happens, bad defensive call, and it just feels like it's an ongoing cycle over and over and over.
Yeah, McDermott's out.
Yeah, McDermott's out.
This could be the change possibly with Brady. Brady likes Allen a lot. That's the thing. He loves. They have a good mesh, I think, together.
True. Because some of McDermott's late play calling, I mean, some of his late defensive decisions, I mean, were just terrible and
questionable. Yeah, it's reminding me of Shanahan sometimes.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. The AFC really is a gauntlet. So many good quarterbacks, so many good teams. It's just so hard to say who can win, because I mean, with football, it's just
injuries, and you never know. That's football, and it's one game. That's the problem. That's the thing. It's not a 7-game series. Football, you get one chance, and you don't do it. Your season's over.
Yeah,
that's like soccer too. But I mean, in other tournaments and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, you got to bring your best that day. You can't be having. And sometimes your best players have the off day that day, right?
Yeah.
Something's not going in that day. They're not making their shots. They're not doing what's right. They can't throw the football. They're throwing. Things are off. It's just how you prepare, I think, is the main thing when it comes to soccer and football. When it comes to those two sports,
I just want to see Allen win one ring. That's it.
He's gonna
win one ring.
He's not going to be that quarterback. They were saying about that Peyton Manning years ago with the Colts because he kept getting beat by Brady, right? But I think he's going to break through and get one. That's my opinion. It might be this year.
Never know. I've said that for the last 3-4 years. You know what I mean?
We've been saying that, but I mean, you there's only more so enough to get the chance where you finally do it. I thought they were going to do it last year, and the 1 year when we played the Chiefs, I think in 23, I thought that I had Niners and Bills in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I thought that because you guys were home, I was like, you have the better team. The Chiefs were, barely made the playoffs that year, and they still ended up winning the Super Bowl with some crazy shit. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyways, before wrapping up, guys, I'm just going to mention a few more sponsors before we go. Turning dreams into reality, one event at a time. Let Events by Sabrina bring the magic to your next celebration. Her phone number is right there. And then also with electronics, don't trash it, recycle it. All old electronics. We're on a mission to keep e-waste out of landfills. You can reach out to my guy, Mr. Jose, at 510-925-9919. And then one more before I go, Mr. Eric Lal, DJ, Red Warning Entertainment Group, and LED Wall, special effects and event production, lasers, LED bars, dance floor. You can call them at 916-838-6679. Those were all the sponsors for the rest of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed with my brother-in-law, Mr. Mozzamil Ali.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. It's been a while. I know I had to get everything all set up again, but I'm happy to be back on and happy to have you on. You were really good with all your segments and everything. It was perfect, man. Thank you, and
I had appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a blast on this. You have tons of ball knowledge, man, and great person, great everything, man. So you have a great rest of your day, bro, and we'll catch up with you soon. We got one more comment. He said, we got okay from myself. This is such a good duo. Yes, I will for surely have him on again. I'm probably going to have more people in the future coming on as guests, and I'll probably do trip. I'll have 3 or 4 people on. We'll probably have more segments and make it more fun too with people. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, everyone thank you for all joining. Please like and subscribe and share. Shout out to you, Movea. I
All right.
really appreciate it. You take care. All
Take
right,
care,
guys.
man.
All right, bye bye.
Bye bye.